So let us take a look with the book of First Samuel 1 verses 5 to 8, and I read, and even though he loved Hannah very much, he will give her only one share because the Lord had kept her from having children. Penina, her rival, will torment and humiliate her because the Lord had kept her childless. This went on year after year whenever they went to the house of the Lord. Pelina will upset Hannah so much that she will cry and refuse to eat anything. Her husband Elikana will ask her, Hannah, why are you crying? Why won't you eat? Why are you always so sad? Don't I mean more to you than 10 sons? Wow. So, this passage I read now shows exactly the situation in a polygamous family. When God created Adam and Eve, he did not create two women for Adam. He created just one. And I know as God started, working with human beings and the cause of our salvation through Abraham, Jacob, Isaac, Moses, name them, we encounter that most of those people are married with more than one wives. And when you take a look at the history of those who are with more than one wives, you'll find out that they have never known peace. I know in our world you can never find a perfect peace, but at least you will find a nearly perfect peace. They have never known peace. Now, if you take a look at the places, the verses that I read from the first book of Samuel, chapter 1, from verse 5 to 8. I mean, from verse 4 to 8 or 5. Wait. Oh, God. If you take a look from where I read the first book of Samuel from verse 5 to 8, you will understand that the Bible here exposes some attitude and character of men. What we are seeing now in this generation, and why it appears as if it has escalated. The relationship in marriages are no longer the way it's supposed to be. The relationships between men and their wives, are going to the graves. It did not start today. It's just that when you buy a cell phone or a computer, it will come to a time when the cell phone or the computer will tell you, will send a notification to you asking you how do it update the new latest software on your cell phone or on your computer. That is exactly what is happening in our world today. The character being displayed in our world when in regards to relationship. Is it in family? Is it in marriages? Whatever. It's just been a sort of update from what have been. It just a little changes here and there. Where I just read now, Facebook of Samuel. chapter 1, verses 5 to 8, revealed this nature of men that have been there, but society, has been overlooking it. And that is where it makes women to be the, how will I put it, the poor receptor of those attitude or behavior or character. In other words, I'm trying to say, some men will say things going wrong, things falling apart. They will just be looking at it. They will not act. They will not talk. They will not do anything in order to improve the situation or pause the situation or lighten the burden of the person involved. They will just be there looking at the situation. And when the person who is at the receiving end takes a move, it becomes the topic of the day. What am I saying? Let us go back to where I read. The Bible said that Hannah had no child. And because she had no child, her co-wife had been tormenting her. And this has been going on year after year. She faces humiliation, degradation, insult, abuse, name them. And that was the situation of Anna, and that was the order of the day in her family. And then I will ask, what has gone wrong in this family? What has gone wrong in this family? How come that the wife suffers such humiliation because she had no child? What was the duty of the husband? Mind you, this was the situation or the century when the women ahead only from what? From the back seat. I'm talking about the century when women are seen and are hardly heard. I'm talking of the century when the men have, the men, they are the people who have the upper hand in any situation. Then why didn't the husband put a word across? Why did the husband try to stop the other wife from humiliating the other wife? That it became the order of the day in the family. Now, the Bible says, even though, the husband loves Anna, he gives her only one share, even though. That word, even though, has already said a lot of things. Now, coming to the last verse I read, he mentioned, why are you crying? Am I not more than what? Many sons, or 10 sons to what? To you. Who is saying this? This is the man whose wife have, has been suffering from what? Abuse. This is the man whose wife has been facing humiliation. This is the man who the Bible exposed in verse 5 that what? Even though has already disqualified his reaction. Even though he loved her, he gave her what? One share, one portion. And at verse 8, he mentioned what? Am I not worth more than what? 10 sons. And he went and married the second wife. Am I not worth more than 10 sons? And you allowed the one that gave birth to children for you to insult the one that did not give birth for you. What kind of a play is that? What kind of a game is that? These are more are what you see in the lives of women who are married, suffering in silence. And when they try to speak up, the society will shut them up and the society will keep them quiet. The Bible is where we read to know the will of God concerning our lives, to know what God requires of us. It is also the best book we'll read to know human relationship with the other, to know how to manage ourselves, to know how to behave in the face of crisis. The Bible is more than just the Word of God. God bless you.